What's up, you guys? It's Rob here. Today we'll be talking about ticker symbol GME, and I gotta say right off the bat, I'm really happy that today GME had a green day, and it was barely a green day. I mean, we were up 0.46% for the whole entire day, but I'm really happy that we had a green day because we tested a critical level of support. It turned into resistance for a brief time, and then we made it support again, tested that support after we reclaimed it, and then closed the day at 178. So really phenomenal day overall for GME, but also cover GME on the daily, weekly, and monthly time frame for tomorrow's trading day. And then also I'll cover the short interest via Ortex, and then also take a look at Stonco meter and see Stonco meter, Stonco tracker, whatever it is, because it's one of these new tools that everyone's starting to use. So I figured I should add it to my arsenal because it does take a look at short ETF shares that are available, which is another thing that Ortex does not cover. But if you guys can, do me a huge favor, drop a like down on this video, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers so far, and thank you guys so much. Let's take this channel, all of us apes together, and take it to the moon, and take GME and AMC and whatever stocks we want to go to the moon with it, kind of thing. Like, I'm really here for you guys, and thank you guys for the support and the incredible support that's within this community. Like, thank you guys so much. I can't believe it. But let's hop over into the charts instead of being sappy for a while. But thank you really guys for the support. So overall for the day, let's take a look at the day chart. So we opened at 172.10, which is 172 is definitely a very critical level of support for us. And it was one of the ones when we were in this channel for so long that we did test a couple times and we did bounce off of. So it's really critical support to hold. And we did break through it here in the morning. We had an intraday low of 166, which isn't bad. We didn't see 165. We didn't see 160. We didn't see 150. We barely even dipped. And the great part is we bought it up really nicely. We reclaimed 172. Then when we zoom in here, we tested this support 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-ish, 12, 13, 14, 15 times. And we really did it within a good period of time here from essentially, let's say, 1150 all the way to about like 1205. So for a good 15 minutes, we were literally pounding at 172, seeing if we would break through it or not. And we didn't break through it, which is awesome. So we really validated 172 as a support today. Now the next support that really, next level resistance is really going to be around 185. So keep that in mind. We did have our intraday high of 181. Yeah, 181.98. And that's good, but we do need to get up to 184 and see if 184, 185-ish, it seems like that range right there is definitely level resistance for this stock. So overall, though, was a really great day for GME. We traded above the VWAP, which stands for the volume weighted average price, for most of the day, which is really good. We actually only really tested oversold here on our large dip here in the morning, and then we only retested pretty much almost right in the close. And much like AMC, these stocks are kind of almost in a way mirroring themselves. I mean, AMC did have a negative day, GME did have a positive day, but both of them had the same rip right before the close and then a sell-off into the close kind of thing. So they both did this kind of move. So in some ways, they are still mimicking each other. So keep that in mind. Now, the huge thing that I want to point out here is when we look at the MACD, the volatility is we're really volatile with all the moves that we pretty much made today. We did have a little period of consolidation right here. And the great part is we did this consolidation towards the upper end of our price movement. So it's bullish consolidation, which is awesome. We definitely can say we did a little bit of consolidation here around our support, which is good because we did validate that 172 is a very strong level of support for us. The fact that we tested it for 15 minutes and didn't break it is awesome. So that is one thing that I'm really happy about. So I'm really hoping that we don't see anything below 172 for a very long time, especially up until the squeeze. Really hoping we don't break through 172. But if we hop out here to the 5-day chart, you can really see Monday's move, how much of a move we made. And then yesterday, really, We opened around 182-ish, and then we closed the day around 176-ish kind of thing. So we definitely did have a down day yesterday. The only reason why we were positive was because the after hours and pre-market were incredibly bullish for the stock. So that is something to look forward to. That is something that I shouldn't say look forward to. That is something that we're happy that we didn't repeat today. And the only thing that today, like if we say that it could be a downside, is yesterday we didn't touch 172. Today we touched 172 off of the open because we sold off at the open, but we reclaimed it as support. So it's good that we actually validated it as support, because really when we had this bump up here in the after hours on Monday, we really just ran right through it. So it's good that we did test it as a level of support and resistance. And now it is a good level of support and we can move upwards because we can check that box kind of thing. So taking a look at the RSI, we are sitting here at 46 on the RSI. If we do take a look at the MACD and zoom in here, we are on the bullish side here in the after hours going into the close. We are definitely in bearish territory. So take that with a grain of salt. Also, that reminds me, guys, keep in mind, I am not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice that I am giving to you guys. So take everything with what I say with a grain of salt, and please validate everything that I say, either if it's right or wrong, because I want to know if I'm wrong on something so I can make better DD for you guys, because I'm learning and I'm growing and I want to learn and grow with you guys. So please feel free to correct me. I am a very open-minded ape and don't mind being corrected. So would appreciate it if I make any mistakes, you guys just point it out for me. But really, taking a look here at the 1 month, 1 hour, 1 hour chart. So really yesterday, the huge thing was we had a downwards day. And we were trading, technically, we closed below the 20-day moving average. Today, we closed above the 20-day moving average, the 60-day moving average, and 120-day moving averages. Now, keep in mind, these moving averages are not future indicators. These are past indicators. And when we get above each one of these, it's considered more of a bullish move. So keep that in mind. Now, the huge thing I want to point out here is our RSI is sitting at 54. And we actually had a trend in the upwards direction. So our RSI cooled off cooled off a little bit, and we finished positive today, which is good for the stock. So the fact that we're still sitting here at 54 gives us plenty of room to make a bullish move to the upside before we test overbought within the RSI. If we do take a look down here at the MACD is pretty much the RSI and not the RSI. The signal and the MACD are pretty much overlapping one another, which indicates that we are looking for some trend either to break to the upside or break to the downside, because they are literally laying on top of each other. We are trading above the equilibrium here for pretty much the whole entire day, which is good. And we're doing that into the after hours, which is really good. Next thing I really want to do is I want to hop out to the day chart, because I drew out this wedge and I'm going to continue to say that we're trading within this wedge and we're respecting this wedge really, really good. Like, I'm happy about it. We're once again on the day scale. So this is even more of a macro time frame kind of thing. We're above the 20-day moving average. We're above the 60-day moving average. We're above the 120-day moving average. Our RSI is sitting here at 55. We got, I gotta look at it. If I could blow it up a little bit more, but sadly Weeble doesn't allow it. I do see it. It is a bullish crossover today. So we do have that bullish crossover on the day scale, which is awesome. And I think if I'm correct, each time that we ripped, huge thing, like right as we had these crossovers, we ripped here. This was a continuation of it. So hopefully if patterns do repeat within stocks, hopefully this means we might have a rip soon. And if we don't have it soon, we got to have it within the next couple of days, because this wedge is only getting tighter and we got to be moving in one way or another kind of thing. So keep that in mind. We are riding this trend to the upside, and we do have this descending level of resistance too. So we have this ascending level of support, descending level of resistance. When they come together, that is a point where we have to make a move. And normally when we make those kinds of moves, it's a very volatile move to either the upside or to the downside. And if I had to give a prediction right now, if we were right here and we were sitting in the same exact spot, I would say that it would be a bullish move because we're trading above all three moving averages. We've had a couple of green days back to back, and then the MACD does say that we have a bullish crossover, which is huge. And we have the RSI sitting at 55. So we are sitting at neutral. We aren't sitting down near 30. We're above all three moving averages. And we have the confirmation of a bullish trend on the MACD. So if I had to say a prediction, we are definitely headed in a bullish direction. Now, where would we be heading in this bullish direction? The next point of support, next level of resistance that I'm going to be looking at is going to be sitting around like I'm going to say between 184 and 185. Really between that range, it seems like once we get up to it, we kind of get rejected by it. So that's where I'm going to be looking forward tomorrow to the bullish upside. We had the Fed give us pretty good news. They're not tapering rates or anything like that. So we definitely had that bullish upside. Now, the huge thing is when we have this bullish move to the upside, we're going to need some buying pressure because the shorts are going to want to push it down, because the higher the stock price goes, the more pain that it causes them because they have to average up in their short positions, which is a big deal because that's going to cost more for them instead of just having their same short positions and averaging down, which would be technically cheaper. So keep that in mind. We have them have to average up, more expensive, average down, cheaper for shorts. So that's the reason why we need to keep moving in an upwards direction, because it's going to cost them more money. And hopefully eventually Citadel is going to get a phone call and be like, hey, yo, Ken, margin's calling. Margin's calling. You need some help? Oh, you don't have the money? Okay. All right, well, we'll just liquidate all your assets and have a nice margin call kind of thing. Hopefully that's the situation that we see. But with this, looking at the day time frame, we are definitely in very bullish territory. What I want to do is I want to hop over here and I want to cover the Ortex data for GME. So overall, keep in mind this may update while I'm talking right now, but as of right now, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the estimated short interest change of GameStop today is negative 2.92%. So there definitely was some covering that was done on the stock today. So now the whole thing is we still have a lot of shares out on loan. We have 14.92 million shares out on loan. The borrowed shares today was 403,300 shares. The return shares was 839,720. And then the borrowed change, which is negative 435,420. So we definitely do have a little bit of covering going on within these short positions, but we still have a very large short share on loan. Sorry, blank there for a second. Our utilization is still sitting really high at 5809. 7 days ago, we were at 5667. So our utilization is still higher than what it was 7 days ago. Cost to borrow is sitting at 1.35. So it has dropped slightly than what it was 7 days ago because it was 1.39. The days to cover, just take this number. I mean, it's technically 0.5, but remember they're averaging this by the 3-month volume divided by the shares on loan. So if we wanted to calculate the cost, the days to cover today, we would take this 14.92 million, and then we would look at today's volume, which is 5.7 million shares. And our average 3-month volume is 27. So we go back over here and to Ortex and take a look at this. So we have 14.92, and then we have 5 million shares. Let's just round up the 15 million. Let's just say there's some short ETFs and all that kind of stuff outstanding along with naked shorting. So 5 in the 15 equals 3. So our days to cover is technically 3 with today's volume. So keep that in mind. We got to be smart about this because this number is definitely very deceiving in our eyes. The next thing I really want to do is I wanted to cover Stonco Tractor. So really what this does is it allows us to take a look at how many options are currently in the money, and then how many options will become in the money when we hit our next price target, which would be $200. 14,286 contracts would become in the money. The shares that are available to borrow of GameStop is 400,000. There's 46,865 ETF short shares that are available. So there is definitely a good outstanding balance. Now, the huge thing that I want to take a look at here is we can see that throughout the day at 10:04, we had 250,000 shares available. And then at 11:04, we had 400,000 shares available. The huge thing is we definitely did see some covering because these numbers are moving up throughout the day. There definitely was some covering going on with GameStop. But overall, for the upside of targets tomorrow, I'm going to be looking at 184 to the upside. And then if we have a bearish day, I'm going to be looking at 172 and seeing can we respect 172. So got to keep our head on a level and make sure that we have the bearish side and the bullish side because stocks do go up and down kind of thing. So just keep that in mind. But that's what I got for you guys today. If you do like this software program that I am using here, I do have my Webull referral link down below. And when you do join Webull, you do get 2 free stocks when your account is approved. And then the other when you deposit $100 on the platform. And those 2 free stocks can be valued between $8 and $1,600. And then I do get a free stock as well because you used my referral link. But that's what I got for you guys today. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.